Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. I just got done doing an interview with Addison Smith on the One American News Network, and we were talking about something that I thought I should share with you on this video because I really think it helps put so much of what's going on in perspective. We were talking about the absolute meltdown that's going on among leftist liberals after a couple of back-to-back wins, right, for the Trump team. And as I'm sure many of you know, U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon ruled in favor of the Trump team's request to have a special master appointed to review the documents that were seized from Mar-a-Lago by the FBI. And then the cherry on the top in all of this is that same judge ordered a stay on the FBI's investigation of Trump. So Trump got back-to-back wins, and the DOJ walked away humiliated. It was their third loss in a row, beginning with their failed attempt at trying to hide the affidavit from public viewing. So it was a huge embarrassment, and the libs of social media had an absolute meltdown. A Democrat strategist by the name of Adam Parkhomenko, he actually tweeted out, "Anyone think it's problematic that the presiding judge overseeing the Trump Mar-a-Lago case was appointed by Trump and is a member of the Federalist Society?" And Rob Reiner, Mr. Meathead himself, demonstrated his penchant for borderline illiteracy by tweeting out, "With DeSantis unlawfully sending immigrants to Martha's Vineyard and Trump's judge allowing a special master to view stolen classified documents, we're getting a taste of what autocracy is like. If we don't hold on to Congress, we'll get a lot more than a taste. Vote." It's like he's trying to make a modern art form out of non sequiturs. It's stunning. And the ultra-leftist, Trump derangement-infected lunatic Lawrence O'Donnell tweeted out, "The most Trumpian thing ever said by a Trump judge in the special master order issued tonight." Or is the special master. Now, what Addison and I were talking about is we need to understand this in a larger context here that accounts for this hysterical hyperbole, this bizarre leftist temper tantrum surrounding this judge and her rulings. All of this vitriolic frothing drivel is just part of the very concerning development within the Democratic Party at the behest of its leadership, along with the clapping seals and the legacy media. And that development is what's known in academic circles as weaponized legalism, okay? Kangaroo courts, for example, like we've seen with the J6 committee, would be a species of this larger phenomenon of weaponized legalism. And the key to understanding this weaponization is that the verdict is predetermined. And what we have to get, especially in light of these asinine tweets, is that this goes way beyond the whole notion of being considered guilty until proven innocent. And that's because this weaponization involves the unconditional notion that there is no possibility of being proven innocent. An essential part of the effectiveness of the weaponization of the law is to remove all hope that you would ever come out of this intact. So that I think is what we're seeing here. And the sad part of it all is that it's all happening with the compliance of Mitch McConnell and Mittens Romney and the Rhino Republican senatorial establishment. We have all kinds of Republican activists getting raided every single day by the FBI, Mike Lindell being one of the latest, and McConnell could care less. In fact, he wants the MAGA movement to disappear, because he's a very bitter old man. He'd rather be the leader of a permanent minority party than see that party rise to the majority with him being shut out, which he eventually will be with the unstoppable rise of the MAGA movement. But this weaponized legalism, I think, is so key to make sense of all of this. Here you've got these leftist trolls badgering this stellar judge, Eileen Cannon, for rendering a perfectly reasonable judgment. There's nothing even remotely unprecedented in appointing a special master, especially when it comes to classified material. There are scores of special masters with appropriate security clearance for that. There's nothing unprecedented in stopping an investigation to the extent that such an investigation involves documents that have yet to be reviewed by a special master. There's ample precedent for all of this. There's nothing that can even be remotely faulted procedurally, administratively about this decision. But you'll notice that these rabid leftoids ever so conveniently turn a blind eye to the lesser magistrate who signed the warrant that enabled the FBI to engage in an absolutely and totally unprecedented act, the raiding of a former president's home. There's no historical precedent for such outside of banana republics. But of course, within the banana republic context of weaponized legalism, where the law is being used to punish your political enemies and intimidate everyone else, what this lesser magistrate did was perfecto. The more unprecedented, the better. You intimidate more people that way. Moreover, you'll notice that meathead Rob Reiner, for example, or Lawrence O'Donnell, whatever, they didn't give a flip over the fact that this lesser magistrate was demonstrably a rabid anti-Trumper. He's an Obama donor. And to make it even worse, he actually represented employees of the convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. You see, that's all fine and dandy for these Democrats, again, because the goal in all of this is not about applying the rule of law in a fair and impartial manner. The goal in all of this is to punish Trump and his allies. The law is there to punish, precisely because Trump is guilty of offending liberals. That's why he and his allies have to be punished. The good news is that's not going to work. Noam Chomsky recently said that the most dangerous thing about China is not its military or its economy. It's the fact that China can't be intimidated. That's exactly what we're seeing with Trump and Bannon and Lindell and everyone else involved in this massive MAGA army that's rising up all over the nation. We refuse to be intimidated. And as dangerous as weaponized legalism may be, those who cannot be intimidated are the most dangerous of all. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and you will definitely want to check out my latest video. Was our live stream this morning. You're going to love it. The nation of Denmark has banned the COVID vaccine, all as a judge rules that mail-in ballots are unconstitutional. You're going to absolutely love it, so make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.